not gonna be convinced, and will in fact end up being the Rakan. Makes a lot of sense. It's good with Jhin. It's good as of right now into the Leona, and this is Fred Brion with an extremely hard engaged composition into poke. So very clear game plans here for either team. Should be a really, really fun matchup, provided we go into the mid game on relatively even footing.
We'll have to wait and see if we can get on even footing into the mid game here. In game number 1, Fred Brion on blue. Very experienced player in his own right. Here comes the push down in the bottom side, and Umpty looking to make his first mark on the game. Delight looking to get on in there with the Glacial Augment. A lot of damage onto Delight as he will go down. They finally take down that kill, and Henna is just in no man's land. Owner right here to scoop up the kill afterwards. He will be able to pick that up, and now Umpty even in a little bit of trouble. Will get chased down this lane. He does not have a flash. Elects to go in and try to get on top of Keria here. He's actually holding his own pretty well. Yeah. And the spear is going to miss, so that should be Umpty getting out alive at least.
Galio can't really leave his lane as well, playing into the Rise, getting shoved in continuously. As they move up here.
Okay, Chains of Corruption, expertly dodged there by Gumayusi, and they just back away. They say, well, if they're going this aggressive when we're close to our turret, yeah, they had some good vision in that river. As T1 say, the Rift Herald has spawned, let's get it. Let's get in there. We don't have teleport for Faker though, but still the entire bottom lane has moved into the mid lane and is ready to fight this one. Here comes Morgan looking for the engage onto Zeus. He's got a couple of members as well as Galio up here, and you're not getting away from that one. Not able to dodge the Camille Galio combo that we were expecting to come out here. So Fred Brion will secure themselves a Rift Herald. We'll see if they can finish it off here, though, as T1 is hanging around. Owner thinking about it, but not going to commit to try to steal.
I think he got the cannon. Owner. He's texting. You know, he texts the pentakill. Texting this as well. Oh, boy, that's not good.
Hey, they're just going to get on top of him. Way too much damage, but the combo in the bottom side doesn't get all too much. The flash forward, and they will pick up the support in Keria. Flash is going to be denied as Baker looks like he'll also go down. So a couple of kills down here for Fred Brion. As now opening up is the Jhin. Nice try on the side snipe there, but it is not going to happen. And take a look at this. Fred Brion matching the rotations, as it looks like T1 should get the first turret though, so they do get that under their belts. It will be very difficult for T1 to get backline access. Here comes Morgan. Okay, he's like, I'm just gonna kill you. I've got Galio, and he instantly blows up, as does the Jace, nearly at the same time.
Operation Owner.
Yeah, this is a Nidalee behind enemy lines. Actually gets stunned up perfectly there by Delight. He's gonna pop his stopwatch as he is going to also flash. He's buying a lot of time here, but he's still absolutely going to die. You would have to imagine, right? Okay, there you go.
I think a Drake of that.
Hey, the Jhin Air Green Wings flash, I love it. It's all worth it in the end.
Oh, hold up.
Yeah, Fred and Brion are like, no, you can't. You're not gonna get away with delaying. I'm Galio.
Wow.
Perfect ward there. Flank behind, and they will secure an Ocean Drake. As we're having another fight down here in the bottom side. No sign of Galio just yet, but doesn't seem like they need it. Just the hard engage comes in from Morgan. And we've talked about this before. They have this in spades, so you cannot overstep your boundaries.
Well, honestly, like what I can see happening is he gets one, and then they do this play again, and then they kill them.
Well,
and
maybe
like,
he buys enough time for his team to catch up.
Well, no, I mean, like, then T1 wins the fight because of the stopwatch.
He's trying to make up for it now as he's finally found Morgan alone. Morgan does not have his flash, and that will be, in fact, a dead Morgan. So now both of the top laners have 3 deaths.
But there is a roam coming through from Lava here.
No, Lava's just in range, just for whenever they're going to engage. And he can press his R button. You know, that's all he's got to do. He doesn't have to worry about positioning right now. He's ready to go, and here we go. It looks like Morgan is going to get rooted up. In goes Delight, and the flank is coming in, maybe a little bit late. No ult from the Galio. Really nice stopwatch from Zeus, but he will go down, and the damage is still coming out, raining down from Henna. Faker has to flash away. They take him down, too. And Fred and Breon are not going to go down without a fight. Henna's still having a lot of room, but the damage now coming out from Guma. He's also got some room. There's the double kill from him. And finally, with Henna left alone, he will be chopped down in the end. Triple kill goes to Gumayusi as he had perfect positioning throughout the fight.
He's completely covered. As the teleport ward comes in.
We have a teleport. We have a flank coming in, but where is he? Where is Morgan? Okay, finally he's here, as now he's going to get over the wall, and look at this, the flank actually eventually comes online. Guma not able to do too much. Henna will survive, as he was in his ultimate the entire time, and one by one, the bricks fall down, and Bro take down 3 of them, 4 of them actually, and now will go for the Baron.
And just as I gave credit to T1, Fred O'Brien says, we still have ultimates, you can't be this far up in our jungle. And it was all an elaborate bait. Morgan, we thought he was too late, but he was actually perfectly on time as he picks up the kill. And now Ona try and go for a hero play, but I don't think it's happening, especially not with Morgan there as well. They're not letting him get anywhere near that Baron pit.
Yeah.
So
T1 is going to take the Baron.
Yeah.
It looks like. Okay, and let's not give it to them just yet. They do have a lot of damage. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't even, I mean, I thought they had a lot of damage.
Lava.
They don't really. Lava's getting very caught out here. He does have the Zhonya's ready to go. He's going to get rooted, and down he will go. Hextech Soul will go the way of Fred and Breon, as there's the damage. This is what I was talking about. Varus with this Soul. He might, as with the Varus, with the Bloodthirsty, you can kind of just sit here and tank this thing if you want. You have to be careful of the poke of T1.
Oh, look at this. Lava actually going for the shove, trying to force T1 into a stalemate that they're definitely going to lose. Faker not that close by. Flank trying to be found there from Morgan.
Yeah, they do have that flank. Owner will go in. That is a massive Galio ultimate. Gets 3 of them, and into the backline they go. Gumayusi is getting targeted down, and down he will go in his GA. And there's just nothing left here for T1. They get hard engaged upon, and Fred and Breon will take it to them here in game number 1.
Unbelievable. Fred and Breon. We called them the Giant Slayers. And what's a better way to start off your split than going up 1-0 against T1? I don't know, Veldis. I am at a loss for words.
Happens to the best of them, doesn't it? At least when it's Fred and Breon on the rift. That's all I gotta say. Faker, he knew that he was not gonna win the base race, but he is not gonna win this 1v5 either. GG, Fred and Breon will take the win in game number 1. And they have done that here in game number 1. You see the damage numbers, this is what we were talking about. Varus had all the room in the world. Like, there was the one team fight where he kind of got caught off. Other than that, he was just home free the entire way, auto-attacking. Perfect. Yeah, I really like that pick for this team and for Delight as a player. Excited to see Faker on the Victor this time around. Really didn't feel like he was able to do anything in that last game. And I don't think that makes Faker fans too happy in general.
I think for Zaya's comfort, in this case, good call.
Well, at least he has his comfort pick.
But
yeah.
Haven't gone to do as much of talking about the actual game while it's happening.
That's true. Generally, we were talking with each other.
Yeah.
As Owner is here, and they're not necessarily going for a dive. Now they will go for it, but it is Set, who is quite tanky, but it does not matter. No W does come out, and Owner is level 6, so he's able to survive very well. But here comes the rotation coming out already. Able to capitalize on that. Gumayusi is way behind enemy lines here. No way he's going to take out Henna either. And that's a double kill for Where have I seen this before, Chronicler? Hey, you got to be careful. You know, you just, sometimes it looks a little bit forced, but I do love the response here. Just understanding the macro play on the map that Fred and Breon are not going to be able to get here on time. They're even setting up to the top side, going very deep for this gank onto a Set. They cannot quite take him out, as Zeus will hop forward, but they're zoning them out of this top side against Crescendum Aphelios, which we have seen get so much value against these plates in the past, and he will pick up 2 here.
And don't forget they have Herald. So if this tower goes any lower, which it looks like it will, for Brian, gonna have to abandon ship. Also used a lot of ultimates in that previous skirmish on bot side, so they can't actually hold on. T1 finding a bigger lead with a composition that's going to be able to do so much more comfortably than last time around, where none of their carries scale particularly well into really high resistances and health pools. The burst is good, but you already see Gumayushi's building tankies, getting that shield blow as opposed to the Guild Force that we've seen a lot is Owner.
Okay, Owner's in the front, and even on the Sindao, Umpty's just able to get in his face, and the Viego once again showing that power against the Sindao. They take him out. So they were trying to clear in some vision.
Instead, T1 says, okay, yeah, fine by me. I'll just let that go. As I'm not sure about this one, Morgan.
I don't know. He got the jump on him, I guess, the cask. And he actually buys a lot of time. Here comes Umpty again, and it looks like 4-0 for our Viego player will be on the cards. And he's got to have some. Yeah, and Umpty's leading the charge. He's like, okay, I'm going in, guys. Doesn't look like he's committing to it, though. Just getting a bunch of poke down. That is a fantastic cast, but it's onto the Nautilus, and that's not the guy you want to attack. Finally, Delight will take him out. But look at Owner on the frontline zones. Everybody else out. Nearly takes down Morgan. As T1 will get the Drake and a couple of kills under their belts. He's got his team pushing the mid lane at least. Will they get flanked here? The knock-up not so good. He's going to have to grab Owner, and that's not great. Delight's just going to have to walk away with the tail between his legs. Huge Moonlight Vigil as a lot of damage is going down. Faker was kind of by himself on the top side and died. Didn't get to quite see that as we were seeing the action around the turret of it.
I still get
They called
that.
it. Yeah.
No, I get it. Yeah. That's too late.
Unfortunate. Okay, well, they're going to call Zeus's bluff. Down you go, my good friend, as just face checking there. Not quite yet the Meganar. And so he will take an immense amount of damage. Owner is also getting shredded to pieces. Yes, your support will go down. This is a 2-for-1 trade with Mountain Drake alive. And now you can just rise ultimate over there. Or Morgan gets left behind.
Yeah, and that Mountain Soul actually coming in pretty big, right? If you look at the itemization for T1, they have Shadow Flame and Collector. Happens that it will really pay off, but Beauty of Voids, of course, is always good as Faker.
Uh-oh, there's the 2-second root, and you're dead. And, you know, we've talked about Zeus getting caught out. That's Faker getting caught out, and he's no rookie. I mean, it absolutely should. They have a pretty healthy amount of engage with this composition as well. Not quite the press your R buttons and win style, but they still have the ability to press some buttons and get something going. As Lava is going the long way around after clearing the mid wave, as here he comes into the back line. Don't worry, that's not T1's Realm Warp. As okay, Dreadsline gonna find the set, but that's just set. And Keria says, well, that didn't do much. It bought him some time and will actually get them the Mountain Drake, but let's see this follow-up as a gigantic amount of damage comes out from Guma. He's like, you get the hell away from me and my friends.
Immediately, Guild Force away, make sure that he wasn't engaged on, and that was the only space that T1 needed to go and get the Dragon. Subsequent re-engage for Fred O'Brien was thoroughly ruined by Gumayushi getting such a pick up. Oh no.
Morgan's just here and it's stolen! That's gonna be Umpty getting into the pit, and he takes down the Baron, and he perfectly timed that one. And T1 are in shambles. Lava's here in the mid lane pushing, getting even more under their belts.
Mental, right? Like, you get a break.
I'm gonna push them. Just
나이스
leave me, leave me.
아래로 내려가면서 너희끼리 먼저 열어볼래?
We
야
get
나
those
이거
looks.
싸움 가 이거 스틸 각 보면서 할게
I'm gonna look for the steal.
모았어 날라 나오게
Got
빨리
I get out of here.
The curtains are opened.
I love that. Opening up early. He's just gonna hold it. He's waiting, and wow, that's a lot of burst DPS into the enemy jungler, and that's going to be Fred Brian getting the dragon. And no Meganar comes in for a long time, but Owner's getting so much work done on the front line. Does not take any damage from Lava, and down will go the Jhin. And this time around, Faker's in position to do his damage. and the carries are finally online. Lava's trying to kite them all out. He's bouncing the damage. Delight comes back in. Can Lava actually survive? No, he cannot. Just barely not going to be enough. Even though both of the hyper carries on the side of T1 go down, they still are able to win the fight just barely.
To win this game still. But Fred and Brian have just been outfighting them. They don't have vision right now, though.
They have so much damage on this Baron right now with the Victor and the Aphelios, but the force fight comes in and Delight gets blown to smithereens immediately. A lot of damage here on the front line still. As Henna holding on to that final one, and he steals it! Are you serious? They do it again! You have to be kidding me!
He is relatively far away, and then that is
oh man,
actually insane.
Did he do 2,000 damage?
No, I think it's 1,400 something. So like there was actually no opportunity. There was no way. Carry tried to, because they're all blocking for owner.
Yeah.
Wow.
That needs to happen. Because now, again, with the Baron buff, they're just going to double push the bottom side, or the top side, rather. They're going to say, okay, sure, go for the Mountain Soul. You want to lose the game? Is that what you want to do right now? As Owner has to ult. We do have the teleport coming back. It is 2 against 1, but they're electing to back away, and this will give T1 the Mountain Soul. So, at the end of it all, looks like they're going to potentially try to fight. We got a TP coming in from the Rise. Freda Brion delaying their backs, not going to get the roots, but Faker not quite in position. They want to cut him off. And they're going to take a bunch of damage, but so will Lava, as Umpty over the wall is going to assassinate him, but Lava also will go down. As Umpty on the run here. This game is getting wild and crazy. As now 4-on-4, no mid laners this time. A new style as in goes the Gragas. He immediately dies. This is a lot of room right now for Gumayusi, as Henna is going to get stunned down and locked down by both of them from the side of T1. Just barely is going to get taken out, and a triple kill for Gumayusi as they might just look to end.
I don't know if they have the wave, right? There's one cannon minion here. They can parade it all the way into the base. 25 seconds before Lava's back. Morgan on his way as well. But the key thing is Guma lives, and Guma goes through turrets in a matter of seconds. T1 looking to make sure that the curse of Freda Brion, the 2-0s, be broken here. I don't think they can end.
Yeah, they're not going to even try to get the inhibitor.
Oh my god.
Which is just insane to me. Hasn't quite panned out the way that I think they wanted it to.
No.
Because now they're not really in a great spot. Here we got Meganar coming up. And you see that Umpty has no real hope of getting in there. He's just going to try to frontline. And down he will go as knocked into the wall will be the 2 of them. It looks like T1 will finally go ahead and win the game as they ran into so many obstacles, multiple Baron steals, multiple team fights that were kind of botched, but they're going to get the job done in the end, Chronicler.
Oh boy, Valdez, that is a game for the analyst chairs to chew on, because a lot happened. In the end, it is indeed T1 that is going to take this one. But I can't imagine that this is what they expected their day to be. All in all, what a game. What a game.
I'll leave it to you to choose the player of the game, because I have no idea. No. It is going to be T1 taking the victory, 46 minutes just about into the game. 20 to 13 kills. I think Owner's face there tells you the story. You really get those 2v1s anymore. You can see the giant spike at the end of the game, where they basically just scooped everything, killed everyone, and took down the Nexus.
Faker and Gumayusi, of course, doing the heavy lifting. Zeus, another game where not as much as the first one, but not really finding his groove, getting killed repeatedly, and right, like ST1, your split starts completely different if you get a quick 2-0. But, I mean, in score, 2-0 in terms of this series is already an impossibility. Faker also with the Ignite. Back on this J4, Canyon did it as well. Gonna need it against Freda Brion.
Need it they will against Freda Brion. It is game number 3. Corky, you can see Lava here is just going to sit back and farm. That's going to be the MO for him, especially on the Corky. Needs, you know, at least one item to start really packing the pain. 2 would be nice as well. Here's Owner to the bottom lane. He's already here. As, okay, they should know with the aggressiveness and the Ignite already used. As here comes Owner, trying to get that combo onto Delight. Wants to land the red buff first, and he will predict the flash. As there it does come down. Even going to force Henna to flash away as Umpty is here, but not quick enough.
Look, the level 2 when it starts as well, it's just really nicely done. Immediate heal coming through. And then Owner just, getting the slow, and at that point, as Delight, even if you flash upwards.
Oh!
Let's say that though.
Take a look at this. Flash will be used, and in goes Lee Sun Tao. Is going to get the knock up here and finally take down Gumayusi. Was a bit close. As now Owner is nearby, looking for the kill potentially onto Umpty, but will not overcommit, as he only has Keria to back him up. So a return gank comes in from Umpty to even things out on the bottom side.
It's actually really well done, because the lane stayed very awkward here. As now Guma made his way back to lane, and Owner basically forced to help here, right? Like, if you don't do this, your bot lane is going to be in very dire straits. Now, maybe the opportunity to make a counterplay.
He's going to be waiting around. There's no summoners on the bottom lane of Fred Brion. So not just here to help, but here to make a play happen. They take down Henna very easily. Keria able to tank that up, and another blow to the bottom lane, this time in favor once again of T1.
The auto engage is relatively limited. Henna flashes forward.
It's going to be the flash there at Gumayusi. Follow up here with the Gravitum as Owner's actually going to go in there. Trying to burst him down. Is the damage there? Yes, it is. Just barely enough as Faker coming on in. There we go. The fear comes off, but he is quite alone, as at least he will pick up the flash out of Umpty, who will have to get out of dodge. Still a nice little maneuver from T1, skirting around the edges to pick up 1 kill.
Immediate punish as Fred Brion flashes forward to try and go for a Chains of Corruption, because he doesn't have TP available, and I guess T1 a little bit late, but they're going to try and contest this regardless.
This is a very deep teleport coming on in here, trying to get the flank onto Delight, who steps forward, but then he immediately dies because there's a Gwen behind him. Faker takes an immense amount of damage, but T1 do pick up that Infernal Drake. Most importantly, they're getting a little bit more on the backside of it as well. Morgan not in the best spot here, but he has another body slam and will be able to get away. But still a 1 for 2 in favor of T1 alongside of that Infernal Drake.
One is converging towards bot, except Umpty, who is still on the river.
Yeah, he is enjoying the beach.
Yeah.
So the Rift Herald is going to go through here, and Zeus immediately, looks like maybe he got Whimsied or something, as they're taking a huge amount of damage. You talked about these 2 guys in the early game, they're so obnoxious. As here comes Big Boy Gragas, really nice flash out of Gumayusi in response, but the cask is just way too much, and here's Lava. He's looking to feed in that backline, but he gets absolutely nobody at the end of it all. How could that possibly happen? Everybody's on such low health here, and Faker's not yet done. As he pushes forward, flash Q into the face of the Karma, picks up a double kill.
It all seems like it's going kind of so-so as Lava hits some really, really big rockets on top of Guma. But then Umpty, his initial charge, gets stopped. He needs to use his ulti defensively, and then this flash is beautiful in of itself. The cask not actually able to get carry, and then
look at this.
The fact
How does he kill nobody?
Because he gets polymorph.
Polymorph,
and it's not balanced. Polymorph is not okay. Owner beautifully layering immediately afterwards that CC.
Yeah.
And then Gumayusi using the sustain of his red gun. And while
it's definitely a good spot, but if they have shields up and they move into them, Chains of Corruption very early on. Obviously, if he landed that, that would have been a significant amount of damage, but now that piece of the puzzle is just not going to be able to be used here by Fred Brion. As here comes Faker, he's gonna find the fear, and that is a dead Corky. Doesn't matter what you've got, as Faker burns down, but it does not matter as he will survive. Here comes Gwen. Zave's gonna get the front line down, and the needles in their face. Owner decides, well, maybe I'll just go down, but it does not matter, as it is still a 2 for 1 in favor of T1. They should be able to pick up this Ocean Drake as well. as it does look like T1 wants to take the fight to them, but as Fred and Breon back away, they just immediately shell them with more and more poke, as here we go. It's going to be Fred and Breon starting up the Baron.
Ooh, I'm looking at Ona. He's the one that has to start it off. He's the one that has to find the proper engage, possibly aided by Carrier. But Carrier needs more poke to the face, and now the health bars are a little bit frightening.
Yeah, I don't even think Fred and Breon want to do this. They just want to sit there, poke, and get an engage on. Polymorph is down, and that is a dead Carrier! And it's probably a dead Faker. So much more poke comes in as Gumayusi does insane damage, though. And that might just be enough to win this one for T1. Zeus is going to front load the fight here and push the Gragas away. As, man, the Aphelios in the end might just do it. Owner just barely is going to survive here, it looks like, as he gets the triumph there at the very end. Fred and Breon will have to run away, but man, that was looking good for them with the poke, but the second that Gumayusi blew him up, it was over. Now we have an Elder. Back in my day, we didn't. That's what that's what Faker is saying to his team at this moment in time. And I don't know if they're in that brush, doesn't look like it. Could have been their moment to actually take out Owner. Looks like he was a little bit alone, but Flash Wild Growth probably would have kept him alive. As here comes T1 now, as okay, nice little try. Gotta go for the risky play. When you're this far behind, everybody's just gonna get wiped into the bin at the end of this one, as Faker gonna pick up yet another kill, and they will even get the ace. Faker staying alive, and Zeus will as well. That's gonna do it. T1 take the 2-1 victory tonight. See, Lava and Henna did have some big numbers, but at the end of the day, it was Zeus who had the most damage at the finishing bell.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Ji-sun for the solo interview from Gumayusi. Congratulations, Guma. Very happy to victories in a row for T1 as well. How are you feeling? I'm so happy that we were able to continue the win streak, and this is my first ever solo POG, so it feels awesome as well. First off, we have a lot of questions about that Rise pick in game number 1. And also Fred and Breon played Rise in game 2 as well, and both games failed on Rise. Rise is really popular in the LPL, but I guess that champion is a little bit hard to actually execute. How do you rate this champion right now? About the tier list, you know, it's really hard to give you the specific answer, but I do agree that today, Rise was definitely not the lucky charm, so we decided to just let it go away. What about the upcoming series? It's gonna depend on Faker's opinion, to be honest. Game 2, it was not easy for T1. The Baron got stolen for 2 times. It was so hard for you to close out the game. You know, it's actually on us, you know, we could not mark on the opponent jungler or the Gene ult, so even if we kind of lost a lot of fights and objective, we were still confident to turn the game around. How were you guys able to turn the game around then? What was the plan? Aphelios is definitely one of my main picks, so I had this mindset in my head that I'm gonna carry the late game. And once you guys broke down the Nexus, you were actually saying that, oh, I'm so mad. So what kind of feedback went back and forth after game number 2? You know, we had a lot of mistakes and wrong points in game 2, so we discussed a lot about those points. Faker had 22 game winning streak on his solo queue on Vex, and it was finally played on competitive match. Faker is really good at it, and we also agree that this is a very strong pick. And I'm looking forward to seeing more and more Vex from Faker. Do you think it's viable for competitive matches as well? Yes, of course. We had a lot of actions happening down on the bottom lane. Both junglers were playing around the bot lane. So what kind of communication went back and forth between you guys and Owner?
바텀
You know,
게임
well, we were
하는
just
거를 많이
talking about
연습했어가지고
the status
그냥
happening down on the
잘하면서
bottom
처음에
lane, you know,
좋은 상황 만들어냈던
and
거
we were able to set up for good plays early on.
그리고 혹시 보셨는지 모르겠지만 어제 하나생명이
And
승리한
yesterday,
이후에
after
썸디
Hana Life
선수께서
Esports
구마유 씨와 경쟁하는
got a
왕들이 되고
victory
싶다라고
in the
인터뷰를
PUG interview,
해주셨어요.
Samdi
보셨나요?
said
네,
he wants to
맞습니다.
compete
기분이 좀
with
어떠세요?
you. How do you feel? I also saw that interview,
Oh.
and
기분
I like getting
자체는
attentions
좋았고요.
like that, so I was
쌈디
pretty happy
선수
that he mentioned
저랑
me.
아카데미 때
And
제가 1위였고
어.
2위였던
I was
선수였기
the, you know,
때문에
best player in the
저도
academy
따라오고
series,
있습니다.
and then
쌈디
Samdi was the
선수
second best.
파이팅
So looking
제가
forward
쌈디
to
선수께도
having a
한마디
matchup
해달라고
against him,
부탁드리려고
and
했는데
let's go.
한마디를
You know,
해주셨습니다.
best of luck to both of us.
자, 알겠습니다. 이제 이어지는 경기는 DRX와의
Your
경기가
next
기다리고
match will
있습니다.
be up
각오
against
한마디
DRX.
드리겠습니다.
DRX 바텀 듀오
I think
충분히
DRX,
강한 바텀 듀오라
their bottom
생각하기
duo
때문에
is really
이번에도
strong.
재밌을 것
So it's
같고요.
gonna be another
3연승
interesting
이어나가도록
series,
하겠습니다.
and
아,
I
그리고
will
여기
looking
지금
forward to
정하일
having
선수
the
인터뷰를
third
보기
victory in
위해서
a row.
팬분들이 와 계시거든요. 팬분들께도 한마디 부탁드립니다.
Lastly, any message over
오늘도
to the
찾아와
fans?
주셔서 감사하고
Thank you
1세트
for
졌을
coming
때
to Low
지면
Park.
어떡하나 싶었는데
And
승리로
yeah, I was a little bit
보답해서
worried about losing the
다행이라
series after
생각합니다.
losing game number 1, but I'm
이제는
happy that we're
시간까지
able
봐주셔서
to
감사합니다.
showcase the victory in the end. And thank you for staying with us until the very late night.
아, 감사합니다. 네, 구마유시 선수의 인터뷰 여기까지
And this will be
나눠보도록
the end of the
하겠습니다.
interview
승리 너무
from Gumayusi.
축하드립니다.
And back to
감사합니다.
our analysts. Thank you.